न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः।
ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ध्यायामो धवलाविकुण्ठनवतीं तेजोमयीं नष्टिकीं निग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गीमथसिक्थसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरीम्। ओम गं गुरुभ्यो नमः। अमृतेश्वरी नमः। ओम गं गणपते नमः। ओम सरस्वती नमः। ओम। My infinite prostrations at the lotus feet of my Sadguru, Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother. My humble pranams to all of my beloved children listening to this talk. This week we have the topic, the greatest wonder which Amma showed me or taught me. The biggest wonder which Amma showed me or taught me, we know in the Mahabharata, when the 5 Pandavas were in exile, we know this popular story very well. Yudhishthira felt thirsty and he asked the Sahadeva to go in search of water. So Sahadeva went in search of water. We know the story very well. He saw a lake which clear water. He thought that he would first drink water and take water for the brothers. But when he was about to take the water, a voice said, "Stop. This is my water. Without my permission, you cannot drink the water. First answer my questions, then only you can drink." But Sahadeva did not heed. He just drank the water and he dropped as if dead. The same was the experience of Nakula, Arjuna, and Bhima also. All 4 of them met the same fate. They came to the lake. When the voice said, "First answer my questions," but they did not answer the questions. They drank the water and 4 of them, they dropped as if dead. And finally Yudhishthira came, and when Yudhishthira was able to drink the water, the same voice said, "Yudhishthira, stop. If you drink the water without my permission, you will also meet your brother's fate." So Yudhishthira was very wise. Yudhishthira said, "Okay, you can answer my questions." So that was, you know the story very well. It was a yaksha, and the yaksha, it was actually Dharmaraja or Yamaraja, Yudhishthira's own father, who had come there to test him. So the Dharmaraja or Yamaraja, he asked many questions, and the most important question he asked was, we know, what is the most surprising thing in this world? What is the most surprising thing in this world? And for this, Dharmaraja Yudhishthira replied, "Ahanyahani bhutani gachanti yam mandiram shesha sthavarmichanti kimascharyam atasparam." The Yudhishthira said, "Oh Yaksha, every day we see people dying and going to Yama's abode, Yamaloka. People die, so many people die every day, and they go to Yamaloka. We see this, but those who remain here, they think they are going to stay here forever. Shesha sthavarmichanti. Those who are remaining here, they think they are going to remain here forever. Kimascharyam atasparam. What is more surprising than that? Those who see people dying and going, they do not understand the same thing can happen to me any place, any time." So that is the most wonderful thing which we have heard. Ashcharyam, Ashcharyam means surprising, and Ashcharyam also means wonder. Now I will tell you what Amma taught me. The most wonderful, If the Yaksha had asked me this question, what is the most the surprising thing in this world, my answer would have been what my Amma had taught me. I would think a king is a giver. So king and giver. King and giver. Whereas a beggar is a receiver. A beggar is a receiver. Our acharyas say, be a god-like giver and not a dog-like receiver. So the king is a giver. The king is very rich and he is a giver. He gives everything to his subjects, whereas a beggar has nothing. He always receives. Now, what is the most surprising thing in this world? We can see, they say that everybody wants to become a king, but nobody wants to give. Can you see that? A king's mentality is to give because he has everything in this world. He is extremely rich and he has to distribute whatever he has to his subjects. So a king is a giver. Everybody wants to become a king, but they don't want to give. They want to become a king without giving anything. So we can see in history also, a king, the kings, they are very rich. But they want to conquer more and more kingdoms. They want to annex their kingdoms and make a big empire. We'll come to this topic again. On the other hand, we see a beggar. He has nothing, so nobody wants to be a beggar. But what is our tendency? We want to receive and receive and receive. I don't want to be a beggar. I don't want to be called or I don't want to be known as a beggar, but I want to receive and receive and receive. Whoever we are, this is our tendency in general. So a person dresses like a king, but he thinks like a beggar. This mentality is of a beggar. He wants to receive and receive. They say the modern psychology is give the minimum and get the maximum. That is very, very unfortunate. That is not the way. So we say a beggar came to the palace and he was standing outside the palace. Outside the palace there was a small temple and the king was praying in the temple. So the beggar waited outside. So he could hear the king praying, and the king was praying for more and more money. Oh God, please give me more money. Please give me more money. So the beggar stood for some time. Then he turned and started walking. So when the king finished his prayers and when he came out, he saw the beggar walking away. So the king called the beggar. Wait. He said, come back. So the beggar came back. So the king said, why are you going away? I wanted to give you something. So the beggar told the king, I thought I am a beggar and you are a king, but you are also a beggar. You are also standing in front of the God, and Bhagavan Vishnu, and you also begging for money. So how can a beggar beg from a beggar? So the answers you can understand very well. Whereas we can see that, but we can see there are a person like Buddha. A Buddha, he had left his kingdom. He was a prince. He was the son of the rich, great, powerful king Sudhodana. But Buddha had left everything and he was going in search of truth. So we call him a rich beggar. Usually beggars want to become rich. But here is a beggar, a Buddha, who does not want to become rich. He always wants to be poor because there is another wealth. The wealth inside, they call it Vajra. That Atma is called the Vajra. This diamond inside, that makes one person really rich enough. So Buddha was a rich beggar. He was a beggar who did not want to become rich, whereas all the other beggars, they wanted to become rich. So when we come to Amma, we can also see that she does not want anything, because not only Amma, we can see Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, all the avatars, all the Mahatmas who had known the Paramatma. That is the real wealth, the wealth which we can never lose, the Anashwaram. So that makes us really rich. A rich man is a person who has immeasurable peace inside him, the peace of the Atma. So that's what we can understand. You can see in Janaka's life. So we can see the kings, or many kings, they have the dress of a king, but they have the mentality of a beggar. A beggar is one who wants more and more, who wants to always beg. So in the case of two examples I can give you. One example is the example of King Janaka, the father of Sita Devi. Janaka was a great sage. He was called a Raja Rishi. Among the kings, he was a Rishi. He is called Raja Rishi. Another person was Ashapati also, the father of Kaikeyi, Ashapati. He was also a great soul. We call them the Karma Yogi. Even though they were in the palace, they were great Karma Yogis. So Janaka, see, when Janaka was sitting in the palace, when Janaka was sitting in the classroom, the Yajnavalkya Rishi was their guru, and King Janaka was Yajnavalkya's favorite disciple. So the other disciples who were sannyasis, they were jealous. So they thought that the Yajnavalkya was very fond of Janaka, because Janaka was a rich king. So Yajnavalkya decided to teach them a lesson. So Yajnavalkya arranged a drama. When the class was going on, a soldier suddenly ran inside the class and he said, "Oh king, Mithila is on fire." He said, "Mithila on fire." He went out shouting. So the Janaka stopped the soldier and asked him, "You get out." So the soldier went out, and Janaka told Yajnavalkya, "Oh Guruji, please pardon him. He did not know the achara. He is only a soldier. Please forgive him." So then Yajnavalkya asked Janaka, "The Mithila is on fire. Why don't you go?" So then we see the very famous quote. The same shloka is in different places. There are slight differences. What I learned, I will tell you. When Yajnavalkya Rishi asked Janaka, are you going to Mithila? Mithila is on fire. So King Janaka replied, "Anantam batame vittam name vittasti kinchana Mithilayam pradiptayam name kinchana dakhyati." I have immeasurable wealth because I am the king of the entire Mithila. Mithila was a very prosperous kingdom, very rich kingdom. So you see, Anantam batame vittam, my wealth is immeasurable. I have immeasurable wealth, but as Atma, name vitthasti kinchana, as my Atma, I have nothing to call myself. Even though as this king, I have immeasurable wealth, I know that I am the Atma and I have nothing. Mithilayam pradiptayam name kinchana dakhyati. Even if the entire Mithila is burnt, I lose nothing. Name kinchana dakhyati. Mithilayam pradiptayam name kinchana dakhyati. Janaka said, even if the entire Mithila is burnt, I lose nothing. This is the greatest of the king. That is the real king who has in the olden days, the great kings, they had great gurus. Suryavamshis, they had the Vasishta as their rishi. And for the Sri Krishna Bhagavan, he also had they had their own gurus. So the Garga Rishi, Vyasa Bhagavan was there for the as a Rishi, and we know in the modern times we have Shivaji. He had Samartha Ramdas as his guru. Now we will come to Shivaji's episode. Shivaji's guru was Samartha Ramdas. Now we will come to the story also. Shivaji, Chhatrapati Shivaji of the Maharashtra, and his minister and a few soldiers, they were walking in the orchard, the garden, in the garden. So suddenly a stone came from somewhere and it hit Shivaji's head. A stone came flying from somewhere and it hit Shivaji's head, and Shivaji, the forehead started slightly bleeding. It started blood started coming out. Therefore, the soldiers ran in the direction of the stone, and they came back with a elderly woman. She was shivering, she was trembling with fear. But Shivaji asked her, "Don't fear, come closer." Then Shivaji asked the elderly lady, "Why did you throw the stone?" So the old woman said, "Oh, Your Majesty, we have no money in the house. We have no money to cook food. My son is dying of hunger. He has nothing to eat. Had nothing to eat for the past 3 days. He is dying of hunger. Therefore, I thought I could get something for food. When I saw your mangoes, they were very luscious mangoes. When I saw those mangoes, I threw the stone at the mangoes so that I can take the mangoes home to my son." So Shivaji thought for a moment. He said, "How many mangoes did you get?" So the old woman said, "I got 3 mangoes." So Shivaji thought, if a tree, a lifeless tree, it can, after it, the woman hurt the tree. When you throw a stone at the tree, it gets hurt. In spite of getting hurt, the tree gave the woman 3 mangoes. I am a human being. A human being is much more superior to the tree. So if a tree can give 3 mangoes in spite of being hurt, I am a human being. I should give something more for being hurt. Instead of punishing the woman, I should reward the woman. That is my duty as a king. So he called the soldiers and he said, she gives some food for the old woman so that she can take the food home, and also you give a job for the old woman's son, and in that way the old woman's son's hunger was satisfied and he also got a job. So this is what we have to understand. So now we come to a very important point. The point is, I want everything. This point I explained some time back. I want everything. I want the best of everything. I want the best from everything. From the moment I get up, I want the best, the best toothpaste, best quality toothbrush, best quality the toilet soap, best hair oil, best of everything. But the question is, do I have quality? So the difference between Sri Ram and Ravana. Sri Ram and Ravana was the Ravana was from Vaikunthavasi, cursed to become Ravana. He was Jaya, the gatekeeper of Vaikuntha. So he was also a Vaishnava. So the difference was he had impurity. So what was when he was born as Ravana, what was the difference between Sri Rama and Ravana were almost equal in everything, but Ravana's attitude was, I want everything. That he did not have the quality, he has impurity. He did not have the real quality, selflessness, compassion. Whereas Sri Rama, he was very pure hearted and he had compassion, and purity of mind. Therefore, even though Ravana got everything, he lost everything, whereas Rama, with effortless, he got everything. So Sita preferred to be with Sri Rama because the Sita represents prosperity, both the material prosperity and Aishwaryam. So that always remains with the person who has purity of mind and compassion. Here also, do I have quality? That is the question. And how do we get the quality? It is again, we call it Guru mantra. When we get a mantra from a guru, and we go on chanting the mantra, then we become very, very pure inside. And as Amma said, we chant the Guru's mantra so that the hidden energy, the hidden power, the divine power, the potential, it manifests. So what happens is that we become creative. Creative, we become creative. A person can be a talented music. A person can be a qualified musician. He can be an MA in music, or a person can be MA in dancing. But a talented musician or a talented dancer, that talent comes out creative. We become creative when we go on chanting the Guru mantra, the energy, divine energy, that creativity comes out. So now we come to the very good example. Whether we are a man or we are a woman, here it's important is that for a woman, we can see I will tell you why I am mentioning this point. A woman, she can be a very good painter, that is creative. You can see very beautiful painting, or she can be a very she can be a very good artist. She can be a very good poet. She can write very good poetry, or she can sing very beautifully. So these are creativity. So a woman, she has a different. She can be creative in different ways. A man also can be creative in different ways. But for a woman, what is the most important thing? The most important thing is a woman can create is her duty which Mother Nature has assigned a woman. It is motherhood. Motherhood is the most important, the most important quality which Mother Nature has given the woman, motherhood. And therefore, a mother when she gives birth to a son or a daughter, the best thing a mother can do is to bring up her sons properly with good care and affection, give him all the good qualities, train him to be a perfect human being who can selflessly serve the world. So a woman can create such a son like Sri Rama or Sri Krishna or so many other great saints that mothers have created. That is the great quality of the mother. Why is this Swami mentioning this? Now I will tell you. When we read our history, we can see, beginning with Ramayana, the incident of Kaigai. Dasharatha had three wives, Kaushalya, Kaikei, and Sumitra, and we know the mischief which Kaikei created because of our Mantara's evil influence. But fortunately, it was rectified because Bharata had excellent character. He never wanted to become a king. He didn't agree with his mother, therefore it was rectified within a very short time. A crooked mother, a cunning mother, or selfish mother wanted her son to become the king, but fortunately Bharata did not agree. I don't want to become a king. So that saved the situation. But we can see in our history, we can see that a king who had more than one wife, a king sometimes he had 4 or 5 wives, and as the rule is, the eldest son, the son of the eldest queen, the eldest son, he becomes the king. Now, unfortunately, Like Dasharatha, he was very fond of Rama. He wanted Sri Rama to become a king, but unfortunately he was very attached to Kaikeyi because of her beauty. So in the same way, we can see in history also, the king wants the eldest son to become a king, but unfortunately if he is attached to some other queen, that queen will plot. So we can see in history the queens plotting, scheming to be. They wanted their son to become a king instead of the eldest, the son of the eldest queen, the eldest son to become a king. Even after the person becomes king, still inside the palace there will be a lot of plotting. It started with Buddha. We can see that Buddha's father Suyodhana, he did not have children, but Buddha's uncle had a child. His name was Devadatta. He was plotting. So Devadatta, when Buddha was born, Devadatta was already 7 years old. So the Devadatta's mother, that is the king's younger brother's wife, was always plotting and plotting and plotting to make her son the king. So we can see this is beginning from Buddha, but finally Buddha gave up the throne, and we know the story that the Devadatta was very cunning and crooked. So the Buddha's father's youngest brother's son became the king finally. We know the story very well. This is one example where the king had 3 wives. They're always, each queen will think that my son should become the king. There is, unfortunately, there are many other, this thing also you can see. The Bindusara, Chandragupta's son was Bindusara, and Bindusara had the 4 or 5 wives. Therefore, the Ashoka, Bindusara's son, we say Ashoka the Great in history. So Ashoka was supposed to become the king, but Bindusara's other wives, they were always plotting and plotting to pull down Ashoka. But finally, he became the king. So I don't want to talk much about it because there are different versions. We say that the brothers had to in order to become the king, he had to kill his own brothers. There are many instances like that in the life of Ashoka. We can see that he had to fight with. I don't say he had to kill. He killed his brothers. I will not say that because nobody is sure exactly what happened. Historians say different things. Once they say that Ashoka had to kill, they had to fight and kill his brothers and became king. I don't want to say that. I'm saying what I have read. So he became king after a very bitter struggle with his own brothers because of the queens, the different queens plotting. They wanted their sons to become the king. So the mother who brings up her son in such a way that he is extremely selfless. He is a wonderful giver. See, bring up the son properly and then gift her son to the world. That's what Amma is doing. And Amma gave sannyasa to Swami Amritageetananda many years back. I don't remember which year. When Amma gave sannyasa to Swami Amritageetananda, our first sannyasi, Amma declared, this son belongs to the world. Ee magan logathinte maganana, Amma said. So she gifted Swamiji to the world. So that is the mother. And the other sannyasis, we were all very happy. The other sannyasis, the senior sannyasis, we were all so happy. They were all brahmacharis, we were all very happy. Everybody was happy. So that is how the mother should be. The gift, you make your son extremely selfless and dutiful and a charitable, compassionate, charitable nature. That way the mothers have to bring up their children. That's what we have to say. Another example I read recently was Rana Pratap. Rana Pratap Singh was the Rajput's ruler from the Mewar. So the Rana Pratap's father was Uday Singh, and Uday Singh also had 3 wives. So the Rana Pratap was the rightful heir to the throne. He was the son of the eldest prince. But the youngest queen, Dhiramati, I forgot the name, the youngest, the queen was always plotting to pull down Rana Pratap. But finally Rana Pratap won the after much struggle, he became the king. This is another example. So when when a king had more than 1 wife, 3 wives, there is always struggle. So much of bloodshed in our history. The woman has so much duty. So in my opinion, women empowerment, which is this one which Amma gives a lot of importance with, women empowerment. So women empowerment begins with going to the uneducated women, the women who had no education, they are jobless, they are helpless. So teaching them job skills, teaching them some job, some profession by which they can create something, they can make something, and they can sell, and they can become independent, like tailoring, like tailoring. So if you teach them tailoring, so they can stitch their clothes, they sell, and then they make money, they become independent. So like that, the different types of the skills, the Amma is teaching the lakhs of women, the Amma is teaching job the skills, different kinds of trade. That is one thing. Now we come to the so-called higher section of the society, where the women are ruling. They are in control. They are in the high level of society where women should be totally selfless. There we have to see women empowerment. The real power is the power of morality. The power of morality, where I train my son to become selfless and teach my son, oh my son, be selfless, be charitable by nature, be compassionate, you go on giving to the world, and then God will bless you. Never fight. You can fight for your rights. Where there is injustice, there you fight. That also she will train. She will tell the son, if you see injustice, fight like Arjuna. But don't fight for selfless reasons. Don't fight, I want this, I want that. That way, the mothers should be trained. That is, I think, that is also a part of women empowerment, where the mothers are given the mothers are trained to manifest their power of morality and dharma. When the women should be dharmic and they should have morality. So that is what is. I think that is also a very, very important part of women empowerment. Let us hope that the Amma, the not only women, men also, we have to manifest our the women qualities like compassion, patience, etc., and then we can transform this world into a very peaceful and joyful place where we accept each other as members of our family and we serve and help others. That is what Amma wants us to become. So let us pray to Amma to bless us to become what she wants us to be. Offer these words at the lotus feet of Amma. Om Amritageetananda. Om Lokaha Samasta Sukhuno Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः